Now in the previous video, we worked on factoring sum of squares and difference of squares. We worked on what happens when you have two terms and you have to factor out either a square or a cube. In this video, we're going to focus just on sum of cubes and difference of cubes. And you'll notice that they have this formula. What we're going to actually do is a way to avoid this formula. Algebra is already long enough with all these formulas, so we don't want to learn any more that we don't have to learn. So remember, anytime that your polynomial equation has two terms, it's either going to be a square or a cube. Now, how do we notice if it's a square or a cube? You'll notice that your exponent could always be divisible by 3, because since it's cubed, it can be divisible by 3, and that your actual number can be cube rooted. What that means is 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 8. So because 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 8, this is a perfect cubed. So exactly like when we were doing difference of squares, we wanted to find our bases, you're going to do the same exact thing for sum or difference of cubes. You're going to find the base of x cubed. You're going to divide this exponent by 3. Get x to the first. Find the base of 8. 2 times 2 times 2. Put it there. Now the next step is, well, the only difference from this than difference of squares is that one has one small parenthesis, one has a big one. And you have to focus on the bases. Now there's an acronym that I want you guys to memorize. SOAP. SOAP stands for same, opposite, always, positive. The reason why I want you to memorize this acronym is because this is going to help us figure out our signs. Well, if there's a minus sign here and this is same stands for the same sign. So since this is minus, you're going to put a minus sign in the first parentheses. O stands for opposite. Opposite sign than the one that's given to you. Plus sign. Always positive. Always positive. That's going to leave us gaps. And we're going to fill in these gaps with our numbers. You're always going to put your base, the x and the 2, in the first parentheses. Follow the arrow. X and 2. Now since x cubed over x is on the left hand side of this expression, this is also on the left hand side of this expression. So you're going to divide it. X cubed over x will give you x squared. Since this is all the way in the right, this is all the way in the right in this parentheses. 8 divided by 2, you're going to put a 4. Now to figure out the middle, you're going to multiply your bases. 2x. And you're done. So to figure out how to factor out difference or sum of cubes, you're going to figure out your bases. Remember, divide your exponent by 3 so that you get x to the first. Find what times what gives you 8, which is 2. Draw one small parenthesis, one bigger parenthesis. SOAP, same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Same sign, bring it down. Opposite sign, always positive. That's going to leave us with gaps. These bases just drop down. To figure out the first one, well, this is all the way on the left, so is this one. This is all the way on the left. Divide it. X squared. This is all the way on the right. This is all the way. Divide it. 4. To figure out the middle, you're going to multiply your bases, which gives you a 2x. So now we're going to do another one. X cubed plus 27. So first thing you notice is the reason why I know this is cubed is I can divide that number, that exponent, by 3. So the base of that's going to be x to the first power. Now 27, I'm going to ask myself, well, what times what gives me 27? Hopefully you said 3. 3 times 3 times 3 gives you 27. So you're going to draw one small parenthesis, one bigger one, and then do SOAP. Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Your bases go in the first parenthesis, they follow the arrow. Since this is on the left, this is on the left, divide them. X squared. This is on the right, this is on the right, divide it, you get 9. And to figure out the middle, you're going to multiply your bases, 3x. And that's how you factor out a sum of cubes. Okay, so it's all about knowing your bases. So now let's try this one. X cubed minus 27. This gets a little difficult because now we have two numbers, one in the front, one in the back. But don't worry about it. All we have to figure out is, well, what is the base of 8? 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 8. This is x to the first. 27. 3 times 3 times 3, so this is 3. one small parentheses, one bigger parentheses. Same sign, minus. Opposite sign, positive, always positive, another positive. Bring your bases down, follow the arrow. 2x, 3, this is on the left, this is on the left. 8 divided by 2, 4, x cubed over x squared. This is on the right, this is on the right. 27 over 3, 9. To figure out your middle, multiply your bases. 2x times 3 gives us 6x. And that's how you factor out something that ever has two terms, which is the difference of cubes, and has two numbers in the front and in the back. Alright, now let's try a little bit difficult one. What happens when they introduce two variables? They do that to just try to confuse us, but we don't let it confuse us because all we have to figure out are our bases. I notice that 3 goes into 3, so my base here is x to the first. I notice that 8, I can find the cube root of that because 2 times 2 times 2 gives me 8. So my base is 2. Now this one is the one that's a little bit confusing because this isn't our regular 3 that we've been working with. Now it's a bigger number. Can you divide that exponent by 3? 6 divided by 3 is 2, so you know that your exponent has to be 2. Because you're always going to divide the exponent by 3 to get that number for your base. So now once you find your base, the next step is just use SOAP. Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Bring your numbers down, bring them down to your base. X, 2y squared. Left, divide them. Remember, subtract your exponents. Right, divide them. 4y to the fourth. The reason I got y to the fourth was 6 minus 2 will give us 4. Then how do you figure out the middle? Multiply your bases. 2xy squared. And that's our final answer. That's a complicated difference or sum of squares. But all you have to figure out is look at your exponents for every single problem. If your exponents can be divisible by 3, chances are it's probably going to be a sum or difference of squares. But the acronym that you guys need to memorize is SOAP. Same sign, opposite, always positive. If you're able to memorize that and just set it all up, you're going to be fine for every single difference or sum of cubes. So what I want you to just know is just worry about SOAP and you're going to be fine. Alright? Hope this helps.